Hey, welcome back to Bitter-Swede Garage. Today I'm back on the 54 Chevy Cummins-Swapped project. So let's just take a look and see what we're gonna do today. So this kind of shows you the massive recess I had to do to fit that big old 12 valve in there and, you know, still have a radiator. So today I'm gonna clean up this firewall. It's one of those jobs I've been avoiding, but it's just time to do it. I'm gonna see if I can get this bracket off of here. This is floor support, inner fender support, also the e-brake Z-bar support. So anyway, that way I can clean it up and paint it, whatever. So it's a little preemptive, but I'd really like to get some color on this thing. So we'll see how far we get today, but I'm gonna clean all this up, primer it, and then I'm actually gonna use bed liner. And then while it's still in its tacky phase, paint it. So here we go. Alright, so I got these 4 nuts off. There's like a little U-strap on the inside there, but the nice thing about this truck being in such good shape is I haven't really had a problem getting the hardware off. I'm gonna video the inside here so I can, you know, remember how it goes back together. So, got this thing holding down the brake assembly. A little cotter pin here. There goes a washer somewhere. There we go. And more stuff falling. Okay. There's a spring on the back side of this. Then like the release lever. And yeah, there we go. Well, if you've ever wondered, that's what a 54 Chevy e-brake assembly looks like. So that came off there pretty good, so now I can clean all this surface rust up and paint it and all that. And I'll clean this up separately and paint it eventually. It got a little bent at some point, or taking the cap off the frame or something. I also remembered that I couldn't get this cotter pin out of here. So, yet another side quest. So, anyway, hopefully I won't lose all the pieces now that it's sort of assembled. Well, I figured while I was at it, this torch may not have enough heat to actually get this hot, but I'd rather not drill this out, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Which is torching and filming at the same time. Well, that's not coming out that way, but I did a nice, can't see it, nice center punch for my drill, I guess. We're getting there. About halfway. I got it. I actually drilled right through the center of the pin, so that's first time for everything, I guess. Well, now that I'm done with this distraction, I gotta get back to the firewall. Alright, well, I'm glad I pulled that bracket off, because we're able to kind of stop this from getting worse. So it's a little pitted, but I'll clean it up a little bit more and then just rebuild it with a little rust converter or something. Some PR15 actually would be the best stuff for that. So getting it all nice and shiny, that's going to be a pain. But I plan on doing bed liner up to this, I don't know, I can't remember what you call it. There's a piece of rubber that goes in here, the hood seal basically. So then I'll kind of try to tape that with a soft edge to blend it back down into here. I also found this. So this factory, I guess, tack weld broke and this is splitting. So I'm gonna try to use a ratchet strap or something and squeeze that back together and then weld that up, and especially there so it doesn't do it again. All right. Can't believe that actually worked. Just wrapped it all the way around the inside and cranked her down. One more. There we go. Well, it ain't pretty, but it'll hold it together. Ta-da! I don't want to grind it all the way down because, you know, I'd just be thinning out the metal again. So I left it a little tall, but that'll do it. It's getting there. Just got some of these little tight corners are hard to get to, but the rest of it's coming off pretty good. I'm gonna bust out that section and maybe fast forward. I got it pretty much knocked out. There's a few primered spots here because like I filled the heater fan hole and the heater core lines. So I already sanded those and put filler on them a while ago. So I didn't want to dig all the plastic filler out of there. Yeah, I'm just really thankful that all this is in really good shape. It's not rotted out. It's nice and solid. So gotta wipe it all down and we'll see how far we get. I don't actually have the bed liner gun. I had one and I broke it. So Troy, you know Troy, he's got one, but he's at guard duty this weekend. So we'll see if I can sneak out there with his permission, of course. But otherwise, I don't want to get too far into it because I want to be able to prime it and then put that bed liner on there while it's still in the window, the dry coat window or whatever. So I don't want to have to re-scuff all this after I just cleaned it all off. So onward and upward. We're back in action even. So Troy was home, so I picked up the old bed liner gun. So onward and upward. All right, so I gotta wipe this thing down and then I gotta figure out exactly how I want to back mask it because I don't want to put the bed liner all the way to the edge of the hood opening on the cowl. And so wipe it down, mask it off, primer it, and then I'm gonna do a little seam sealer on my welds up in here because they're ugly and I don't really feel like grinding them. Anyway, after that we'll put some bed liner on it. Alright, it's all wiped down and nice and clean. And I need to decide, I wanted the bed liner to stop right at this belt line, the seal for the hood. So I'm still trying to decide how I want to do that. Okay, I think I may have figured it out, probably not, but I'm gonna prime it first, let it set up, and then I'm gonna mask off right in that belt line or that seal body line. Because I don't wanna have the primer end where the bed liner and the paint also end, because then when I paint up to it later, there's gonna be a little bit of a cold joint, to use a concrete term. So let's get this thing primed. Okay, I got the seam sealer on the welds here. It's not great, but it'll work. I use this stuff. Yeah. So I need to wait 30 minutes. And that'll give me more time for the primer to dry so that I can use this. Realized I have this stuff. So that'll create, this is for like door jambs when you're painting a car. So it's got a little sticky strip on there, but that'll provide a nice soft edge for the bed liner. I'm gonna put that right along here, and then I'll pull it off. And then we'll put the color over all of it. So the color goes all the way to this edge, but not the bed liner. All right, I'm getting ready to shoot the bed liner. Got my foam masking roll on there. Hopefully that provides a nice soft edge. And yeah, let's go with that. How that was spraying. I don't know if that stuff is old or what, but it's the tintable version. So I didn't add any paint to it, so it might have been a little thicker than I wanted. So I've got some white Raptor liner, bed liner stuff that I'm gonna throw on there. So I gotta wait about an hour and then put another coat on there. So I'm still not getting a lot of coverage on this bed liner stuff, but it gave me some texture, which is all I really wanted. So I'm gonna wait for it to set up and then I'm gonna paint over it and we'll go from there. Well, my camera battery died in the middle of the second coat, but you get the idea. But I got the truck kind of rolled out into the garage door opening. The sun is shining down on it, and I think it looks pretty good. I was going for that glittery popcorn ceiling look, you know. It's coming back. Anyway, I was having some issues with the, you know, texture. I don't know if it's just really old material. That stuff's like 10 years old, maybe. Also, I may have put too much hardener in it. I don't know, but it was either stop, let it dry, grind it all off, including the primer, start all over, or just keep going. So it's just under the hood. It's fine. It's fine, right? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So that is it for this go around. I'm gonna keep working on some other stuff, button up the rest of the body work on the cab corners and stuff, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching Bitter-Swede Garage. We'll catch you next time. Got that paint booth on bake mode. Just letting it bake.